May I come in, sir?
Come in.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Take your seat.
Thank you, sir.
Abhishek Sharma is from Agra, Uttar Pradesh.
Yes, sir.
Physics was his option after doing computer science, which he passed out in 2028 from Maulana Azad National Institute of Technology. He's in Bhopal.
Yes, sir.
Okay. He has worked with Deloitte as an analyst. He loves playing chess, writing Hindi ghazals and poems. His first preference, of course, is the IAS. Okay, Abhishek, you have worked with Deloitte.
Yes, sir.
Deloitte is one of the big four. Which are the other three?
Sir, apart from Deloitte, PwC, KPMG, and EY.
Okay. EMI?
EY, Ernst and Young.
Ernst and Young. KPMG is not there in the four.
Sir, as far as I can recall, I think KPMG is there.
Is there. Okay. At times there is criticism about these consulting firms that they're all from outside and most of the international funding agencies insist on engaging them for all kinds of work. And their original they have no original contribution to the kind of work they do, but they make lots of money. You have any views on this?
Sir, large agencies like World Bank, IMF, and many governments are also nowadays outsourcing consulting work to these firms, and especially Big Four because of the large efficiency and market share they hold. Sir, there are various reasons to that. Owing to the long time they've been working for, they have huge experience in this field. Like recently, UP government also hired Deloitte to suggest ways to make UP a $1 trillion economy. So, sir, I think that they have a lot of things to offer, and it's not just the fact that like they don't have anything to offer and still agencies are employing them. The expertise they bring, the efficiency they bring into the system is there, and that is why they are being hired by government and agencies.
Okay, you worked in Deloitte for almost 2 years. What work were you doing?
Sir, I was a cloud engineer. So the primary function was to uphold and maintain the cloud architecture of various clients.
Okay. Now, in these 2 years, can you tell us any kind of a report they have prepared which was really appreciated by the concerned people? Can you think of any report they prepared?
Sir, as I mentioned a few seconds earlier, that Deloitte was being hired by UP. So they prepared a report suggesting ways for UP government to implement certain things so that it can become a $1 trillion economy by 27-28. So like I was a participant, I contributed some points for that report. So that is the report that comes to mind.
You must have read the report? Yes. Okay, tell us, what have they suggested in brief?
So sir, they talked about investment, both on hard infrastructure and soft infrastructure. And sir, to a large extent, UP government is following that. They suggested investment in roadways, railways, and implementing a rapid rail transit system in Uttar Pradesh. And in soft infrastructure, they suggested increasing the spending on education and healthcare to ensure that UP reaps its demographic dividend because it has the largest population. And sir, one out of the box suggestion that they gave is to ensure that schools have internet connections, well-working internet connections and IT infrastructure. Because sir, there have been cases, like there's a case study from Africa. So there's this country in Africa which implemented this. They ensured proper internet for primary schools, And sir, in the long term, in the next 20 to 25 years, they have been able to double their GDP. So there was a direct correlation between that.
Okay. Now, if I say that four of us sitting here would have written this report on the future of UP's economy, there is nothing very great in this. Have they gone into the strength, weaknesses, opportunities, threats in UP in the report?
Definitely, sir. Before preparing this report, a proper SWOT analysis was done. So the pointers I mentioned was just the headline pointers. To summarize what they said, they delved deep into the ways to achieve that. They delved deep into how to ensure proper internet connections. So these were just the headline pointers.
Starlink is coming. They'll provide.
Definitely, sir. So it is a step in that direction to ensure rural internet connection in India.
Okay, so what is UP government doing based on the report?
So
anything done in their recent budget? Can you mention some of the expressways which have been announced, or rapid rail as you mentioned?
Sir, Delhi Meerut Rapid Rail Transit System (RRTS) corridor is being made.
Yeah, that started a long time back.
So, sir, I am not aware.
I was part of their board. I know when it was started. Nothing new about that. Anything new?
Sir, I did not study this year's UP budget, so I cannot quote from that. But sir, there have been investments in hard infrastructure, various expressways, which have been made, and maybe government is planning to expand on that.
Okay, so you've done computer science. There's a lot of talk about AI going to change the lives of the people. How is AI going to change the lives of the people?
Sir, artificial intelligence and primarily generative artificial intelligence is delving deep into various spheres, be it creative spheres, filmmaking, writing. Sir, there is a threat on human jobs. Critics are concerned that artificial intelligence will destroy jobs. But sir, what I feel is jobs are never destroyed, rather recreated. So it will definitely change lives, given that Government of India is able to upskill its population to get those recreated jobs. So the threat posed by artificial intelligence is mostly on low skill, high repeatable jobs, while the jobs which are being created by artificial intelligence are high skill jobs. So there is this distance to travel, and I think if we are able to do it, then the lives will be changed for better, and if not, then worse.
How is it going to affect lives of the people in general, like agriculture, health, education?
Sir, artificial intelligence is fueling various technologies in agriculture, just to mention, like precision agriculture. IoT devices are being used to constantly monitor moisture levels in the soil. So the main problem of Indian agriculture is that an average farmer thinks that maximum is optimum. So the knowledge that how much fertilizer to put in the fields, how much irrigation to done, this knowledge is provided by precision agriculture, and it is being powered by artificial intelligence.
Okay, China very recently came out with a very cheap large language model, DeepSeek. In India, we have so many skilled people, and we are not coming out of any such model. Where is the problem?
Sir, to run these models, like before DeepSeek, we had OpenAI's model, and it uses GPUs for its processing power. So India is not self-sufficient in terms of GPUs. It uses a large amount of microprocessors and chips, and we are import dependent for that. DeepSeek made that model using less number of GPUs. In India, the primary issue is in the supply chain. To make functional large language models, huge amount of processing power is required, for which GPUs are required. And now when America is stopping its exports of GPUs, it wants to ensure that America dominates in artificial intelligence field. It further becomes difficult for India to develop it. However, sir, DeepSeek is an open source model, and we can utilize it given the privacy concerns.
But according to the AI mission announced by the government, we are going to set up 18,000 GPUs or something. Yes, sir. So where are we going to get the GPUs from? As you say, America has stopped.
Sir, Like there are trade agreements being negotiated with various countries. I'm sure that
Are you
microprocessors.
guessing?
I'm sorry, sir.
Are you guessing? Or you know about?
No, sir. I don't know about the specific terms of GPUs in any agreements, but I'm guessing that government will push towards getting GPUs.
Okay, we shouldn't be guessing. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. So Abhishek, your optional is physics, right? And you are a cloud analyst. That's what you are mentioning.
Yes, sir.
So there is a lot of concern about this data storage, data. So what are the regulations, Government of India regulations? What are Government of India regulations to the cloud service providers?
Sir, recently under Digital Personal Data Protection Act, Government of India has put limitations on export of Indian data outside India. So there is a list, negative list maintained by Government of India, the list of countries where Indian data cannot be. And sir, there has also been push towards data localization. So the storage of Indian data should be within Indian geographical boundaries. Apart from that, sir, there are significant duties which are imparted upon data fiduciaries and significant rights for data principals under DPDP Act.
Okay. So what is mean by this sensitive data and non-sensitive data?
Sir, if I recall correctly, sensitive data is the data regarding, like, if an individual sensitive data is concerned, then the data which imbibes his core private area, like health data of an individual, which, like, if misused, impacts the life of the citizen. And for country as a whole, sensitive data is data regarding critical infrastructure, like defense, space.
Okay. Then what is this PII, personally identifiable? PII. You know PII? Personally identifiable information. What is PII?
Sir, I remember reading about it. PII is an individual data which allows anybody to identify or a unique data related to an individual, such
What
as
is that? What comes under that?
like, sir, my genetic information, my fingerprints, they are uniquely linked to me. Health data, my health history, if I recall correctly, sir. I'm not very sure about this.
There are a lot of computing techniques. Right now, which computing technique these cloud providers are using?
Sir, they are using various techniques like AWS, Amazon Web Service, Azure. These two I have primarily worked upon.
What technology they are using for computing?
So DevOps, they are basically using various programming languages to maintain the cloud. Like we were using Python.
You know about this quantum computing? What is quantum computing?
Sir, quantum computing is a modern way of computing which differs from conventional computing, and it works on qubits. So unlike binary bits which can take only two values, qubits can simultaneously take more than, like they can simultaneously be 0, 1 or anything in between with varying probabilities.
Anywhere this quantum computing is being used, or right now I think these AWS and all, it is supercomputing.
Yes, sir. It has recently been shifted to supercomputers.
They have recently been shifted to supercomputing.
Yes, sir.
Then what about quantum computing? Anybody is using quantum computing?
Sir, it is in research and development stage as of now. They are not being used for commercial.
So all the charge, GPT and everything is supercomputing only.
Yes, sir. The servers are being run by supercomputers.
What is edge computing then?
Sir, edge computing is on the spectrum exact opposite of cloud computing. Sir, in edge computing, it is ensured that the calculations and the transactions are being done near the user, not at the central cloud location. So if I'm using under cloud computing, what basically is happening is I'm asking for the information from a central repository and it is coming from there. In edge computing, that will happen on my system or as close to my system as possible.
Recently, one of this an important event in spacecrafts. An important event has happened in the last week. Two astronauts from USA, they landed on the Earth. So where they landed? You have seen those footages and all. Where they landed?
So they landed in a water body. I'm not sure about the name of that water body.
Why they landed on water body? What are the reasons?
Sir, I've not read about it, but maybe the impact of the landing of the shuttle is reduced, and the shuttle might be on a very high temperature. So to reduce the possibility of a crash, it's being landed on water body.
Which shuttle they were using?
Sir, they used SpaceX's shuttle. I am not able to recall the name at this moment.
Where they were coming from?
Sir, Elon Musk's the astronauts. They were coming from International Space Stations.
International Space Station. Who originated this international? How International Space Station has got established?
Sir, I've read that various space agencies of various countries participated together and took different components at different times, and they then docked it in space to make ISS.
I will ask you one last question, Abhishek.
Yes, sir.
See, there is a lot of inequalities that are coming up in India. It is growing every day, not only in India but across the world. What are the reasons? Can you tell any two reasons?
Can I think for a couple of seconds?
Yeah, please.
Sir, first and the most fundamental reason I think is the positive feedback cycle of inequality. So it fuels itself. The poverty trap, which we also call as poverty trap. So if a person does not get opportunities at a young age to study, does not get proper health care, then the efficiency and the capacity of the person to grow up and earn for his family and get out of poverty reduces, which further fuels the inequality. And if one is getting enough skilled education and healthcare, then they'll further upskill themselves and go up the wealth ladder. So I think inequality fuels itself, and this is the first and the primary reason why it's increasing.
But that is not correct. See, even in USA also, people are gaining all the skills, but still those inequalities are increasing. You understand my point?
I understand, sir.
Then?
Sir, what I said was primarily from the point of view of India as a country.
No, I am not asking about India. Why are you thinking? In USA also inequalities are increasing day by day. In UK also increasing. Why? Okay, thank you.
So Abhishek, you are from Agra. In Agra, there is an area named as Itmaduddaulah.
Yes, sir.
Who was Itmaduddaulah?
Sir, I am not able to recall at this point.
Have you ever considered why the area was named as Itmaduddaulah?
Sir, there is Itmaduddaullah's tomb there.
Okay.
In
Who was
Itmad-
he? Why is he so famous in history that a tomb was made in the name of him?
Sir, I am not able to recall at this moment.
All right. Okay. Itmaduddaulah was Mirza Ghiyas Beg. He was Noor Jahan's father.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I
remember.
thought, sir.
Okay, in Agra, Taj Mahal is situated, and design of Taj Mahal incorporate various principles of maths and physics. As your optional is physics, so I would ask a question that what principles of physics have been applied in constructing Taj Mahal?
So can I take a couple of seconds?
Yes.
Sir, the fundamental principle being mechanics. So the stress is being properly divided across the structure so that it does not collapse under its own weight. Secondly, sir, I'll say optics, because the jali work that is done there, it ensures that inside is well lit. There is equal light everywhere because of the jali design. Thirdly, sir, thermodynamics. So there are water bodies around it. It is situated on the banks of Yamuna River, to ensure that the temperature there is relatively cooler than its surroundings. So these are the three.
Why the minarets of Taj Mahal are leaning forward? Have you ever considered?
No, sir, I haven't thought about it.
Okay, just think about it.
Sure, sir, I will.
All right. So you have liking to write Hindi ghazals and poems. Can you define ghazal? What is ghazal?
Sir, ghazal is a combination of couplets. There are minimum 5 and maximum 15 shares in a ghazal. It is a short form of qasida, a type of poetry which is bound by very strict rules.
Okay, and which emotions are prominently used in ghazals? As we see in the poems that there are various rasas. So in ghazals, which emotion are primarily used?
Sir, primarily Shrangar Ras, which we call in Hindi. So the equivalent emotion is Dard.
Yeah, Viyog Shrangar, right? All right. And what is Misra in ghazal?
Sir, the single line of a couplet is called Misra.
Okay, so it is composition. It is composed of shades. Or
Misra
a
is just
single-
a single line, sir.
Single line. Share is double.
Yes, sir.
All right. Why ghazals are losing their sheen from the Indian culture nowadays?
Sir, it was Shri Jagjit Singh which brought ghazal to the masses. And sir, masses started listening ghazals because they were being made part of Bollywood movies. So there were various prominent ghazal writers which also wrote songs for Bollywood movies. Sir, of late we have seen that the penetration of foreign music industry like hip hop has increased in the society, and even the more promising and popular Bollywood movies are not adopting ghazals. That is a reason for its decline. The audience has become very niche, sir. There are still mushairas being held, but the audience has become niche.
All right. Okay, do you think that happiness can be linked to the money?
To some extent, I think, sir, that to ensure basic needs, which are the foundational principle of attaining happiness, I think a certain amount of money is required.
Okay, is there any principle which governs this relationship between money and happiness,
Sir, I am not aware of the principle.
or income and happiness?
I have not read about it, sir, so I am not sure.
Okay, so having more money mean you can be more happy.
Sir, I don't think there is this direct correlation. What I meant was you need to have a certain amount of money to be fundamentally happy at some level. After that, there is no direct correlation between money and happiness, is what I feel. But there is an initial correlation. There's no direct, it is not directly proportional to money.
All right. So there is a growing concern to make laws to regulate OTT,
Yes, sir.
but still no, regulation or bill related to regulation have been introduced so far. What are the hurdles in, presenting this kind of bill?
So government is right now drafting the broadcast bill, and it is planning to introduce it very soon. So the primary hurdles is the everlasting debate between right to freedom of speech and expression and right of government to regulate and protect the society from vulgarity. So this is the primary hurdle.
If there is a censorship for films, so why cannot we have censorship in OTT platforms? Why is it so?
So the films that are released on OTT platforms are undergoing through pre-censorship. So that is there. Like they are also getting the certificates from the Film Certification Board. So the issue is primarily about web series. They are not, because they are not covered under the traditional definition of movies. So they bypass that. So government is planning to include them under the pre-censorship as well.
My last question. I'll give you a proposition or situation. You are a district magistrate and one of your senior is involved in domestic violence, right? You come to know about that case. Okay, his wife comes to you and she wants to lodge a complaint against him. But as he is your senior, you cannot lodge complaint. Okay, you'll have to follow the hierarchy. In that case, what would you do?
Sir, I am a district magistrate.
Yes.
So the complaint, I think, ideally should be lodged with the police department.
Obviously, she is seeking guidance from you. She can go to, police office, but she is seeking guidance.
Right, sir. So, sir, I'll first of all console her. I'll try to understand her problem, and then I'll definitely ask her to lodge the complaint with the police department. I'll ensure proper security for her. Sir, despite the concerned person being my senior, I'll ask her to follow the proper procedure, and based on the investigation by police department, I'll decide my future steps.
Okay, according to NCRB data, what is the exact percentage of lodging the FIR regarding domestic violence in UP? Do you have any idea?
No, sir. I have
Why there is low awareness regarding domestic violence in our country? So most of the time, female are not going to police station to file an FIR, or that's why there is a provision of 1090. Still, we don't get so much calls. Or if somebody is approaching, obviously they might, misuse the law. In most of the cases you have seen. So if you want to increase the awareness regarding the domestic violence kind of cases, then what steps would you take? At least 3 steps.
So to answer your first question, that why is there a less number of complaints? Sir, women, especially in rural areas or in tier 3, tier 4 cities, they are not aware that such a law exists, that they can go to the police station. Like in my village, I've seen that women have accepted that it is right that they should be treated like it. And this can be attributed to the lack of proper education. They never got education. They were married when they were really young, so they did not know the what sex education is, what their rights are, what bodily autonomy
Even
means.
in the cities also, women are aware of their rights, but still they are not willing to, file a complaint.
Right, sir. And in cities, the associated stigma with domestic violence.
So that's what I'm asking. That how would you take a step to remove those stigmas?
So some steps that come in mind is making all women police stations. So there are pink police booths in Uttar Pradesh, specifically for domestic violence and cases related to that, where all the officers are women. So a woman does not feel does not come under fear. They are sensitized. Women understands what a woman is going through.
Are you aware of this fact that most of the time the women are responsible for abusive language and slurry language, or impose domestic violence on women?
Right, sir. But the officers in pink police booths are trained. They have gone through sensitivity training, so they'll not do that. Okay. At least Next. It can be a safe spot for them. Secondly, sir, increasing the awareness for both men and women. For men, increasing the awareness about increasing the deterrence so that men do not indulge in such activities. And for women, increasing the awareness about what different rights they have. They can go to the police station. They are safe. Like they'll not be harassed by their partners again if they seek police support. So this is another fear that they have. So if I don't get support, my partner will again harass me or assault me.
Okay, thank you, Abhishek. Sir, over to you.
Honorable member was asking about E'timad Udawla.
Yes, sir.
What is similarity between E'timad Udawla and Taj Mahal?
Sir, both are made of white marble.
Okay, that's good. That's good. What is the meaning of Abhishek?
Sir, Abhishek literally means a coronation or anointment ceremony. It's a Sanskrit word.
Any other meaning?
Sir, tilak, in general terms, the normal tilak which we do, it's also known as Abhishek.
Okay.
Ritual bathing with milk, that is also called Abhishek in some parts.
Okay. You are from Agra. How Agra became the capital of Sultanate and Mughals?
Sir, Agra was chosen as capital by Lodi dynasty, by Sikandar Lodi. Sorry, sir.
When?
Sir, I am not able to recall the exact year.
Why? Why? Delhi was already there as a capital from 7th century.
Right, sir. Sir, I have not read any reason while I read the medieval history, so I am not aware about the exact reason, but I like to know more about it.
Okay. There was a fort in Agra. Which building in the fort is most beautiful building? One of the most beautiful building of India, so far as Indo-Islamic art is concerned.
Sir, beauty I'd say is subjective, and when I visited Agra Fort, I found the Panch Mahal to be the most beautiful building.
Panch Mahal, where it is?
Inside Agra Fort.
Or it is in Fatehpur Sikri?
I'm sorry, sir, I got confused.
Okay, it is in Fatehpur Sikri. It is 30 kilometers from
I'm
Agra.
extremely sorry for the confusion.
Made by Aqba. Okay, my question to you. There are so many yojanas and programs for women giving cash money to their accounts. Is this a freebie, remedy or dole, or it will help to empower the women? What's your opinion?
Sir, in my humble opinion, I think, see, the rationale that the government is giving, that we are making women financially independent by giving this money. But in my humble opinion, I think that the dependency is just changing from the male counterparts of the family to the government. Women will become financially independent when they become empowered, and they become empowered when they earn their own money. So I think it is not a long-term solution. At the starting point, we can, because simultaneously government cannot give jobs to all women. So at a starting point, I think this is okay for the short term, but long-term measures are required to change the
What
situation.
type of measures are required?
Sir, what I'll suggest is the money that is being spent. For example, in MP, 1600 crore rupees per month is being spent on Ladli Behna Yojana. So, sir, some part of this money can be given to the poorest of the poor women because they cannot be directly brought out of their homes. But, sir, incentives can be given to companies to hire more women. Incentives can be given to banks to give more micro loans to women. SHG bank linkage program is there. That will make women truly financially independent when they start earning their own money. So, sir.
The money given by the government is meant for that women.
Right, sir.
They are using for it, or the family is using it.
Sir, like a woman considers her family her priority in India. So they ensure that the money is spent for the family and not.
Then in short term also, how it will help?
Sir, if suppose a hypothetical situation in a family, a woman is not getting money from her husband, although the husband is taking care of the needs of the family, then she can use that money to maybe upskill herself, to maybe buy a smartphone, to get an internet connection and start learning how to, say, cook, how to study, how to get access to various education. So she can use that small sum of money to upskill herself if it is not being provided by the male counterpart.
What is difference between gender equality and women emancipation and women empowerment, rather? What is difference between women emancipation and women empowerment?
So what I understand is women emancipation means bringing women out of the historical injustice that they face, bringing them up from a depth, while women empowerment means making them empowered enough to allow them to utilize their maximum potential. So there's a slight difference. I think from bringing women from negative to equal is women emancipation, and allowing women to go above the equality is women empowerment.
In which area?
In every area, sir, be it political sphere, economic sphere,
But
social.
husbands are taking decision, even oath.
So, sir, definitely women emancipation is the prerequisite to women empowerment.
Okay, my second question is, the Waqf bill is coming.
Waqf bill, yes, sir.
What are the major issues so far as provisions are concerned?
So, in the current Waqf architecture,
Yes.
there is this provision of Waqf by use. That is one of the most debated upon provision because there is no proper procedure followed when a property is declared as Waqf property under Waqf by use. Because of long-term use, Waqf acquires that property. So there are no proper documents. So sometimes things like it denies the rights to women because they are not being asked whether their property is taken by Waqf board or not. Then, sir, there are corruption issues by Mutawalli, the person who is appointed to manage the property. There are reports of corruption. So that was the second issue. Then as I mentioned, sir, the property rights of a woman, they should be protected, and there was no provision to do that under current architecture. So because of these things.
What about the role of district magistrate?
Yes, sir, powers have been given to district magistrate to conduct surveys and to ensure the proper documentation of the properties, and whether.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir, I remember reading that.
What about membership of the board?
Sir, the membership of the board has also been expanded under the Waqf Amendment Bill. It has been mandated to contain 2 non-Muslim members and 2 women members.
Do you agree that non-Muslim members should be added in Waqf board?
Yes, sir, to some extent I agree.
Why?
Because sir, Waqf board is a secular board. Although it is maintaining a property for religious or charitable.
What is secular?
Sir, like in constitution, it is said that government can interfere in secular activities associated with religious.
What is secular?
So the word secular means, it literally means separation of religion from state.
India believes in that. You are arranging Kumbh, you are sending for Hajj. So where is the separation?
Sir, India does not directly blindly imitates the Western model of secularism. India follows the Indian model of secularism, which is equal respect to all religions. So Indian government does interfere in religious.
Why you are not saying that? Equal respect to all religion. Anyway, the second question is about UCC. Look, the issues of marriage, divorce, maintenance, inheritance, adoption, all are in some opinion extra expansionism of religion, expansionist definition of religion. Do you agree? If a Hindu can marry a Muslim, then how it will be a religious matter? Do you agree that the Article 25 and Article 44 nothing to do with each other? These issues are purely non-religious?
So, like, I understand that the expansionist definition of religion inculcates these issues, but sir, we cannot totally compartmentalize both the issues. In India, still, like, there are inter-religious marriages, but still majority of the marriages are conducted through religious rituals. A Hindu marriage, proper rituals are being followed, which are outsourced from religious texts. So there is slight overlap of both these things, and that is the bone of contention in bringing uniform civil.
So we love our diversity. We need a single set of law irrespective of caste and creed.
Sir, Article 44 says uniform civil code and not common civil law. So there is this, the problem in the understanding of Article 44 is clear. So we need to ensure that there is no discrimination within various personal laws. They do not go, like there should be a overarching shadow of constitution among all personal laws, and I think that will be sufficient in ensuring that there is no discrimination. I think that is the better approach than forcing every community to follow a common civil law.
My last question. What are the principles of Indian foreign policy?
Sir, Indian foreign policy was, and to the date can be very well defined by the Panchsheel principles, which were given by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. But sir, of late we have seen that government is moving towards strategic diplomacy and adopting.
What is diplomacy?
Diplomacy is, sir, use of various negotiation channels to ensure favorable outcomes from different, from foreign countries for ourselves.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Abhishek, from Agra you went to Dholpur, Rajasthan, then you go to Morena, then Bhopal, and then Gurugram. So why so many places you visited?
Sir, my father is a teacher of English in Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalayas.
Okay.
So as he get transferred, yes, sir.
Our principles of foreign policy was asked. You've not heard of strategic autonomy?
Yes, sir, I have.
That is the principle we are following at the moment.
I was coming to that, sir.
You have excellent communication skills and good command on language. But I personally feel that should get out of Deloitte and go to a Indian village. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. You have good knowledge levels. You are able to. You have good ideas also. But at times I feel that you're bordering on overconfidence, and my fear is that this may lead to your sounding and looking as arrogant, is my view. You may agree or disagree. Okay. So the way out is whenever you get an opportunity to speak about the poor people, the disadvantaged, the people in the village, the programs of the government for the poor, for those who need help, women, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, OBCs. Whenever you get an opportunity during your interview, you should speak about them.
Sure, sir.
To get off this image of Deloitte. That is what I feel. Otherwise, you are excellent. You should definitely do well. But at times, these oldies sitting in the panel, but they have come, they have not worked in Deloitte. They may have come from villages. I have come from village.
I myself
So
come from a village, sir.
Yes. But you don't sound like a villager.
Because I didn't grow up in a village, sir. I'll try to get more connected to the ground realities.
Right. That is all I have to say.